Intro music. Go now. Podcast starts right now. All right. Welcome to the never ending conversation with your solo host, Steven Sally. So the intro music is going to be music. And I think if you've seen my YouTube channel, you see I rap sometimes. I use this mic. That's why it's not really a podcast mic. It's more of like a rapping mic because it can do both. When you rap, you're yelling and you're like screaming, so you want like a good mic made for that. Podcast, you're just talking, so I figured this could do it, and it's expensive. So I figured I'd get it. It was on sale too, so that's really good. So what was I saying? So sneak peek, behind the scenes, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to make a little intro rap. And not just like a rap to like get the thing started, but a little like recap too, so you kind of know what the hell this is, because no one knows what this is. I barely know what it is. The funniest thing to me is when my friends listen to this, because like I feel like I'm just talking to no one. I know people see it, but it's a lot of like YouTube people that are just the best. And then my friends listen to it, and it's hilarious because that's why I make it, and it's great. So I got to see a bunch of my friends this weekend. Was it this weekend or was it the one before already? I don't know. Not obviously right now, but the one before. I think it was the one before. It was great. We talked about everything we're doing and caught up. It's always great to catch up. You gotta love it. And one of my friends, Parker, shout out homie, he does improv classes, and I've been dying to do it. So after talking to him more, I'm doing it. I'm doing it tomorrow. Well, hopefully tomorrow. Might have other things to do because actually it's Garrison's birthday. So we have to get him a cake and get his friends together. I don't know. We're just going to get him a lot of treats, I think, and let him go to town. But, yeah, so it's Garrison's birthday, and so tomorrow night we might have to do it, so I might not have to go. But they do it every Monday night, and I'm going another Monday night, and I'm improvising. So we're going to see. I'm super excited. I love the idea of it. I always loved comedy, but I feel like this is a great beginning step. And that's it. We're just jumping right in. And I just wanted to jump on the mic today just because, like, lately I've been, like, having crazy thoughts, like, what else is new? But, like, totally haven't had a chance to exert him, right? So that's what I'm doing now because I had to get that gluten, what's the word? Memo? Terrible. Slow. Memo out there to get people healthy because I realized it helped my knee a lot, and I was helping my other friend. I realized, like, he asked me about knee pain. I was like, oh my god, the gluten, and the gluten helped me, and I realized, like, oh my god, I haven't really told anybody about my health and how much it's helped. So I wanted to share, and I did that, and I used a little bit of clickbait because I wanted people to think it's like a secret, but it's not really secret. But I meant secret as like it's unknown because some people don't even know about it. So like it was like half honest. I mean, it was all honest, but stretching it, you just like take the truth and you just kind of pull it apart, and it's still true, but like you can't see the ends. Is that what stretching it means? I wonder why they stretch the truth. That's a weird saying if you think about it. I guess you're making it like longer. Anyway, I've been trying to, little bit about me, thinking about my friends this week when we were joking around. Oh, it's so much better when there's people to talk to. Anyway, that's why I love this, because I act like people are watching and I act like people are listening. So hopefully they are, right? Reading, okay? I never liked reading when I was younger. I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit still. I much rather watch movies and watch TV and get my information that way. But I feel like by reading, it's just a lot of times you read like history or things like that. That's what I'm reading now. It sounds so much lamer than it is because it's so dope. But there's like so much packed into just those pages. They're like all facts. There's like no fluff if you get the right book, and it's just like information after information after factual information after more. So if you read like just for 10, 15 minutes, you feel like you got fucking, infused, like inflated with information. And then I just feel like I like leveled up my brain so quickly, and that's what it's about, and that's what I'm always trying to do. So I've been reading lately. I'm reading this book, Sapiens. It's about the beginning of time with like the early humans, and there was other species of humans. It was really crazy. I just want to get it over with, though. I've been reading it for a while, and so like I kind of get like reading fatigue because it's like the same topic over and over again. But it's still interesting, but I feel like I want something new because I have severe ADHD, and it's very hard to be interested on one topic for that long. I have too many interests all the times, hence this freaking podcast. Hence it's called Never Ending Conversations, and that means that the conversations are continuous, either the same thing or branching off. They can branch off in any direction, whichever way you think they will go. They will go whichever way they think they will go too. So you can't even control them most of the time. All we can do is talk about them, share them, express them, and then we grow. I don't know the point of this. Do you? At least I'm trying to figure it out. I'm making progress. I used to have it up on my wall. For those in the video podcast, I signal to the wall. I mean the audio, whatever I'm going to get my shit back up. Did I already talk about I'm trying to get my little picture up there? If you follow my own Instagram, shout out Steven Selling Media. I do like little digital art type things. It's just dope. It's like I have these weird visions. I think the sky's really cool, dude. It's like every day it's just like, it's just up there and there's no way to explain it. It's just weird that it's just different colors all the time and cloud formations. I love it. I could take pictures of it all day. I just actually... I'm going to be posting the dunk journey. If I post this tonight, probably posting this podcast tonight, and then I have a dunk journey full video, 298. I'm on top of it, boy. I'm posting tomorrow, and at the end of the video, I go outside to do my ending outro vlog type thing, recap. And the clouds, it's just blue, and there's a lot of clouds that look friggin' emoji-like. They're just crazy. They look crazy. And it's just always... I love the sky. What can I say, dude? And so anyway, what am I saying? I like to make art kind of with like stars and make like the sky and landscapes and things like that. So I learned on on Instagram, there's people that kind of make like Photoshop art. And I knew they did that already, but after watching some tutorials how to do some basic editing techniques, I saw like some little tips and tricks that make it super easy. And what was I saying? It made me more inspired to give it a shot because there's things that can make it a lot easier. And like the Photoshop is so powerful that it makes it easier. You're not just struggling to do detailed, tiny little meticulous things that take forever. There's a lot of shortcuts that make it look pretty good. And it's cool because I'm not like printing them anywhere, except I might print one now for my wall. But like I'm just posting it to Instagram, so it doesn't have to be that perfect. You can hide a lot of imperfections because it's just a small screen, you know? But anyway, I want to print out one of them. I think the one I want to print out is the one where I made like this road going into nowhere into like the stars. I feel like that's a good symbol of what this podcast is. Get my little nook, like a little studio back here, you know? Sitting in my own studio, handcrafted. If you saw this setup right now, the way the camera is, it's friggin' on a microphone arm, kind of like this one, but the camera's on the end instead of a mic. I rubber banded a camera tripod top, and the camera's on it now. It's ridiculous, you know? It's crazy. Garrison. He's licking himself weird, you know? I can't. It's impolite. Yeah. Okay, so reading. Back to reading, right? So, I want to read more books. Also, the other benefit, side note, same note, I've been reading before bed because I've heard that's good, and I've been passing out quick, and I've never been, like, one that falls asleep easy. I never really have trouble. I don't know if you can see Garrison right here. I never have trouble falling asleep. Like, I sleep really well. I sleep good. Kind of a light sleeper, actually. Little things wake me up. The alarm wakes me up instantly. I've never even come close to even sleeping through the first couple beeps. Shout out alarms, too, right? Because the iPhone, man, like, before I remember having, like, a clock. Can you imagine that? And you had to set it every night. This thing I like for work, I just set it, and I don't never have to set it. You can have it repeat. It has a snooze on if you want it. It's got all these cool tones on it. It's ridiculous. I use this alarm all the time. Anyway, I really like it. And I don't have to worry about like other things interrupting. The old iPhone, I think, like if you had to leave it on ring or something. This one's on vibrate, silent mode, and it still rings. No worries. So it's literally a alarm. Okay. So then when I read, I think it feels like I'm using my brain power. Garrison, sit, bud. He's climbing on the couch. So it feels like the reading is using my brain power, and it's like putting me to sleep. It feels like it's using the last of the energy that my brain has, and then in like 10-15 minutes, I'm like I feel my eyes closing. But when you watch TV, I like watching TV. Here's the thing. Restart. For me to fall asleep, I feel like I need to like stop thinking, and it's really hard to do that with nothing. With like if I just like go in pitch blackness and I try to sleep, that's when I try too hard. Just like when someone says like don't think about this, that's all you think about. So that's how I am when I sleep, and I could do it sometimes when I'm tired and I kind of like meditate. I think I mentioned that another time in another podcast. I kind of like just breathe, think about my breath, but that's kind of like thinking about one thing. So I'm still like thinking. I can't just like shut off my brain, but meditating is good, makes me relax. But the TV helps, but sometimes I'm too interested in the TV. I love film, I love movies, I love good TV shows, and so if I catch one that's good, I'll get kind of stuck and I don't want to fall asleep, and it kind of keeps me up a little bit. But reading, every time I've read before bed, bars, I get really tired quickly and I just fall right asleep, and it feels like it's like using brain power instead of just like looking at a screen. I don't know. I've heard though that TV uses like such little brain power. It's almost less than staring at a wall, because when you stare at a wall, Garrison just bumped into my light. When you stare at a wall, your brain's going nuts, thinking of stuff, keeping it occupied. It's using brain power. When you're just watching TV, it's like everything's being done for you. So that kind of makes sense to me, but I get a lot of ideas sparked when I watch TV, and especially things that are like documentaries and information. I'm like, ooh, keep that in mind. Write that down mentally. Things like that, you know? So I don't know. But, I mean, once I get my EKG portable scanner, I'll do my own brain waves, and we'll figure that out, too. So, reading's been really good. I'm excited for that. I'm excited. I'm excited to find new books that I like, find more information. I think I'm going to read Gary Vee's book next, except I kind of feel like I know what it's going to say. It says, do it the most, don't celebrate Fridays, fuck Mondays, whatever the fuck, and then just grind and hustle and be patient. I mean, he always says the same stuff. It's really good. He gives really good examples. I think I could learn stuff, but I feel like I know enough that I don't need to spend time reading. He even said himself, don't read books. So like, and I agree with that, because I feel like people read, like I read for entertainment and information, but like I don't need to know about history yet, except it's really cool to me and really interesting. Meaning, when you learn about the early humans, you learn about how we are now. So like they were in tribes, they came from this part of the world, whatever, and what we eat, things like that. It's really interesting because we still have like traces of them in us. To me, it seems, right? And so that's it. Also, back in the day, I'm not a big fan of what I like about the history is like music and things like that, to think how it all started. It's really weird to me how like someone just like one day started tapping on something, you know, or maybe like hum something, you know, that sounded good, kept humming. I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about concerts recently. I'm not a big fan. I love music, I love rapping, but I don't enjoy concerts very much. I don't like going there, especially now when I'm so busy. I don't like going there to listen to music, especially because like a lot of times the artists you don't like all their songs. At least me, I'm not like a huge fan of every song. So like the ones you're not that into, you kind of just like whatever. I do like concerts where they dance a lot, because like makes me want to start moving. That was another thing. You ever seen that video of the kid that did the Michael Jackson dance at his high school? I want to take 3 weeks and just learn that dance, and I'll have one dance I could pull out at any time and kill it. Just throw that song on and we're going. I think it would be so hilarious, and I think it would be so much fun to be able to kill one Michael Jackson song, and that's it. You can't even do like basic moves. You just do one full out, extreme to extreme. Where was I? Totally forgot. So music. Oh yeah, the concerts. So like Bruno Mars, I went to see, and he was dancing, and it was so fun to watch, like a good performer. But like other ones, it's just like rappers and things. It's like, it's good. You get like hype. I like the experience, but I was thinking more of concerts of like bands and things like that. I feel like this is gonna sound how you think it's gonna sound. What? But stick with me. It's like, people, you can listen to the music better on your devices now and speakers. Like we have better speakers than like if you're in a concert like way up, you know, it's going to sound like super loud, break your eardrums. and you could listen to such high quality thing, like almost what they're made for. Because if they make a song in a studio, especially like rap songs, they're made to be played on speakers, not really like performed live when they're rapping it. You know, their voice is a little adjusted, things like that. So it's almost better, right? Stick with me. So yeah, you want to get the experience and things like that. But I feel like concerts started before technology happened. So you didn't have the access to listen to it at home. And so like the concert was like the best way to hear it, because you had either like shitty music. This is all my own brain. I don't even know any history of music, or mediums that the music is played off of. Therefore, what's the word? Neglect this whole thought. But I just was thinking about this. So if they only had like records, which I know records are good. There's like, they're making a comeback or some weird stuff. Vinyl's good, I guess. Anyway, if they didn't have the best equipment, you had like some shitty radio and you're listening to the music there. And then they came to town. That band came to town. You got to see them go nuts and play live and play better than what it sounded like. That makes sense. And also, furthermore, they didn't have CDs. They just had like, they had no way to, they don't have iPods. So like your CD breaks, you can't listen to them. They come to town, you get to go listen, whatever. You get what I'm saying? You don't get to listen to it as much. Point two, it doesn't sound as good. Henceforth, concert. Now it's the opposite, but I feel like the tradition of concerts still goes on, but it's less, it's cool because you get to see the person, but it's not as impactful. And that's just me. But I was thinking about that. Like, maybe that's because I'm thinking about the history and things like that. It's like you have all these traditions that used to make sense, and now they don't. Concerts don't make sense anymore. You're going to go stand somewhere where it sounds worse. And what was the other one? Sounds worse. And I forget already. Damn. Oh, well. I want to get my memory better. I was listening to this other podcast, which is really good. I forget what it's called. I should really know it. I think it's Brain Quick, something like that. And it's like all about these tricks. It feels a little like too training, more than just like things we didn't know. But which is still good. But I want to get my memory super sharp because I do so much, and right now I feel like it's pretty good. But I feel like I wish I could train it a little bit. I guess I do want to train it, which would be really cool. And if you just get your memory super sharp, and that would be dope. And I want to do that. And concerts. And, yeah. So what else is new? Just drove myself into, let's see what I have written down. I keep notes of this, remember? I really wonder how many people listen to this, like, subscribed on iTunes. That would be super cool. I hope this keeps going, and I hope to get guests more soon. And what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I said that. Oh, so I wanted to talk more about the history reading, because history was my least, sorry, this is going to be boring again, but it was my least favorite subject. The concept's not boring, though, to me. In school, history was my least favorite subject, but now it's one of the most interesting. I think it's because I connected it to improving my life now, because before I was thinking history as stuff in the past, stuff that doesn't matter, and kind of like useless. And obviously it's not useless, but you don't know that as an 8-year-old kid in class with severe ADHD, standing up for no reason, just standing in my seat. And the teacher'd be like, "Hey, where are you going?" And I'd be like, "What?" Just standing. And then I wouldn't even know I'm standing. And I would sit, be like, "Man, legs take over." You know what? Shout out to Vincent. We were talking this week when we met up and hung out. We're friends. I used to do this thing at lunch when I was a toddler. Not really. I don't know how old. Elementary school. Like, I would just like joke around. My legs were like out of control and like be all jelly and like go nuts. We don't have to get into that. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might be because I used to stand up and have like a problem where I couldn't sit still for so long. I'd just be like standing, and I'd even be doing my work, like standing up and like writing on the desk and like writing and stuff. But the teacher would be like confused why I'm standing, so she'd like remind me to sit. I don't know if it was that often, but it was often enough where I remember thinking like, why am I don't even remember standing. I blacked out, stood up. What happened? And so I would sit back down, and now I'm thinking like, man, I would think like it would be funny if my legs like took over. So I think that's where that originated. So we're making breakthroughs here. We're making breakthroughs. Now I actually have a sponsor. Now I want to be a word from my sponsor. This podcast is brought to you by Dunk Life, thedunklife.com. Subscribe now to get to his YouTube channel because he dunks. And then you can get his clothes, and his clothes look cool, and they represent dunking and what it takes, and the diet, and the consistency, and the discipline, all on my wall, but not anymore. But I need those back up soon. But yeah, it's not sponsored. I was just kidding because people a lot of times take breaks on these podcasts and like read sponsors, so I don't do that yet. But yet, he said. But I could sponsor myself. That wouldn't work, but it would just help advertise myself. Anywho, so yeah, that's it. Most people don't have Publix. It's a grocery store around here. It's great, but one thing I gotta say, I just thought about that because I got a little hungry. Anyway, at the end for my Publix goers, my South Floridians or just Floridians. Floridians sounds weird, right? They always ask you to push your cart, and it's like makes me be rude. Not that I act rude, but I have to say no, because if they push my cart, especially when it's kind of an elderly lady to push my cart, it's generous, but at the same time, how would I look if I'm walking down the street and an elderly lady's pushing my cart of my food with a lot of it in it, and it might be heavy, and she's struggling? That's backwards, right? So I don't know why they offer. I mean, it's nice. I can't let them do that. So they put me in a position where if I accept, I feel bad saying no because they want to do it, right? I don't even know if my camera's on, but they want to do it. And if I decline, I feel bad because I feel like they get some kind of incentive if they do it because they're supposed to be like help. I don't know. It's weird, but it's just Publix. Don't put me in that position. Just ask me. Don't, because sometimes they just grab it and go, and I'm like, you know what? I got it. I can push it. But sometimes they ask. They're like, hey, do you need help out? I'm like, I think I can handle groceries. It's not too hard. It is in a cart with wheels. If I was carrying a ton of bags, that makes more sense too. But pushing a cart, in my prime, I dunk. I can push a cart with my arms, legs, and torso. So that's weird. And then on top of it, sticking to the same theme, we're leaving the grocery store now, right? And we're in the car, right? You know when you're at a light and you're looking down because you're texting and you're being dangerous? And then someone beeps at you. This didn't happen to me. I'm just saying, like, it happens a lot. I hear people beeping, and that beep is like, nah. Sorry to yell in your ear, but it's really loud and aggressive, just like that reenactment. The problem with that is that I feel like that's way too aggressive, and we should have a secondary horn that's just like real light, just because sometimes you want to say, like, yo, dude, watch out. And sometimes you want to like, hey, dude, look up, dude, what's up? Or you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like there's so much road rage already. Like, people are going nuts. Like, I drive to work every day, 9 to 5. Love it. And the traffic is great. That's what I'm talking about. It's really great to drive in rush hour. And I see people going nuts all the time. Like, they speed by me. They cut people off. And I'm just like, please don't smash my car again. Because that's what happened once. And so I see them going nuts. And I'm like, yo, chill. And like you hear horns blaring and stuff like that, and I just like, there's a lot of times where you just want to give somebody a little like, hey yo, hello, please watch out, you know, like who, and then give them one of the Garrison looked up when I did that. And so if you give them one a little nudge like, hey, whoa, watch out, whoa, whoops, sorry, pardon me, something like that, you know, that's a lot nicer than yo, dude. So like that's what I say should happen. Secondary horns. Point is, it's just too aggressive, and you need another one to help calm the situation down. Just like if you're walking by and you're not looking and you're passing back in Publix. We're back in Publix and you shoulder bump somebody, right? Most of the time you're going to be like, oh, sorry. Or they're going to be like, oh, sorry. And you're not going to be like, yo, watch out, right? Imagine if everyone said that every time you bumped into them in a public setting. And that's what cars do. You don't see the person's face. You don't interact. You just see a medical vehicle. You're tensed up because you're about to get in a car accident, because I did. And then someone cuts you up. You're like, yo! And that's when you explode. So that's another one. That's another thing I'm thinking about lately when I'm driving the car. How about cars though, right? Like in a few years when we're just like all driving in like super safer cars. I love when a Tesla's behind me in rush hour, because I'm like, oh dude, that person's not in control. The car is. I don't have to worry about them texting. It's actually like comforting, you know? I'm like, obviously they're still dangerous. They kill people because like they drive weird by themselves. But I get scared more when I come to a stop on the highway and like I see people coming towards me because I got hit already once. But you get what I'm saying? It'd be cool if once we're all like in safe cars. Yes, they're going to work out the bugs, things like that. But it's going to be weird to think that we're all driving around with these vehicles going nuts, you know? Especially motorcycles. You guys are nuts. On the highway, you guys are nuts, dude. You guys are crazy nuts, dude. Can't be riding those things. It's going to be funny to look back. I always think about what we're going to look back on now. Just like we look back then. Back now is then, and then is now too, right? Everything's happening at once. We can't stop it. Where are we going, you know? What was the other technology thing that happened that was crazy? I don't really know. And I really wish we could oh, they found that weird animal on shore. That's what I was gonna say aliens, but then it reminded me of that weird animal washed up on shore. If I had my computer set up, we could look it up and I could show you a picture, which I'll do next podcast because that piece comes in and we'll be all set up. Nobody tweeted me, I don't think. Twitter's not popping, dude. My bird's fucking an infant still. It hasn't grown its wings. Nobody's seeing it fly. Nobody's seeing the Twitter fly. They're not chirping on there. Oh, wait, did I go? Nope, nothing. Somebody asked me something the other day. Here it is. I'll do it later, though. And they washed up on shore as like some weird prehistoric animal, I think. And I'm totally making that up. But I think it was like some kind of like dinosaur era animal that like they thought went extinct or something like that. And they're washed up on like Georgia. It's freaking weird. So that's got to be really weird. And it's really weird to think about all the animals that are out there that are just undiscovered in the ocean. I like how we don't care what's in the ocean. There's like under 5% or something like that that's been discovered, and the rest is not. How is that not like a priority? There's so much there. What if there's like the secret to life? Dolphins are just humans that went in the water, and we know that. How about SeaWorld though, right? People still going there. It's pretty crazy that there's all this. I was listening to another podcast with some guy that used to work there, and he's like in a lawsuit still because they don't want him to talk about the park he worked at, and it's crazy, and they're like mistreating. It's crazy how even though information is being spread like wildfire, some people still completely oblivious to what's going on. And yeah, I think I'm done for now. Quick update. Do I have anything update? What else is happening? Let me read this question real quick. Maybe Yo, I'm 15, nearly 16, want to get going to the gym, but also in big growth spurt. This is the Bomb 9095, Jake. Working out stunt your growth. Also, when do you start lifting? I'd say if you're that young, wait till you're fully grown and then go heavy lifting, I think. I mean, I don't really know how much it is. I think if you're close to fully grown, it won't hurt that much. But don't go crazy heavy. And if you do, make sure you stretch a lot. So if you do squats and you go heavy, right after, go do some hangs so you're like your spine can like decompress or whatever. So like hang with on a pull-up bar, like your feet off the ground, and just hang so it kind of stretches you out. Just stretch more meticulously, but I don't know if you need to go that heavy yet. Just try to move weight faster. So do light weight and focus on moving it faster, and you don't need to go crazy heavy yet. You got a long way to go. I don't want to steer you into stunting your growth, but I think it's okay. I think you start working out as soon as possible. Speaking of today, I jumped really well for yesterday, and then today I jumped more, and I lifted. It went really well. And I'm looking forward to jumping off the dribble soon. I'm dunking with CJ finally. He just went all the way over to some weird country, dude, like off Madagascar, a tiny island. You'll have to talk to him about that. Maybe I'll get a little interview on Thursday real quick. And what else? There's nothing else that's sparking my brain right now. Garrison's birthday, he's 1, and I can't believe he's still silly. But he is listening to me better when we went to the park, and there's a million dogs, but he like still follows me, and that's pretty weird. Like over time, he just learned to stay kind of near me, so it's pretty cool. He's really learning. He's the best. He does everything. He's just laying right now, like on the hardwood floor, just chilling. But yeah, all these dogs go in the lake. It's pretty nuts. It's kind of scary because there could be alligators. But yeah. That's it. Any new movies? There's a few movies I gotta see out soon. And I think that's it. What was I gonna say? Oh, I do want to do these podcasts live eventually. I think that'll be perfect. I think once I get this set up, the next podcast, I might be able to do it live. That would be pretty cool. And just do the video live and then the audio too. And I think it all uploads nicely. And I was also thinking, this is another thing I wanted to say, is I have this whole setup. I learned a lot over these past couple years with video. I just super into video and photography and things like that. So I learned a ton. And I learned a ton about audio recently too because of this podcast and streaming. It took me a while to figure out all the things I need for streaming live with good quality. And on YouTube, a lot of people used to talk about when like vlogging first came, they're like, quality doesn't matter. And I took that into account. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really matter if your content is good, like if you're giving good information. But I still really, I don't know if it's just because this is what I wanted to express too. Is like, is it just me, or is it just because I'm like really into film and video, or is it like the majority? Because I love when someone has like a crisp video that just looks like super high quality. I was watching, shout out to this guy, Evan Ranft. He's got a weird last name, Ranft on YouTube. He's a photographer, vlogger type thing, and he's killing it. He's got a great videos. I love watching them. I don't know if you've ever seen him, and he's great. And I feel like he's up and coming, and he's like, he does like behind the scenes with photography, kind of how I do with dunking. Like I tell you what I'm going to do and then go out and do it and show you and kind of talk about it. He does the same with photography, and it's super dope because no one's ever done that before. I mean, people have done it before, but I'm saying like before this age, it was like photography. You had to go practice and talk to people, but now it's like the same vlogging style throughout. It's just cool to see different genres of it and different areas of interest, I guess, whatever I was saying. Totally got off topic, but he's really dope. Check him out. He's a really good photographer too, but his vlogs are dope. Anyway, I was watching him last night on my TV, and he's got such good video quality. I was just like, man, this looks so nice. And it was just like, I felt like I was using my TV to the fullest and just enjoying such high quality. You know when you watch like an old movie and the quality's shitty, it like brings it down. It's like funny almost. But like you just love when you just like, I don't know if it's just me though. That's what I'm saying, because I love movies and I love like graphics like that. So when a movie's like super high quality, I love it more. So like on YouTube, I know it's like the quality doesn't matter as much, but I like it. So I like to try to provide the best quality because I just try to do what I like. It's weird because I feel like you want to give people what they want, but you also want to do what you want because you think that's what people want. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm doing because I feel like if I like it, then other people will like it too. And that's what all this is. We're just sharing. We're just sharing this friggin' globe that's spinning all the time. Stop forgetting that and just like wake up and look at it. Be like, oh, I'm in a different place in this space-time continuum now. Thanks, orbit and everything. I might put that on my poster. Like we're still spinning, because you forget that, right? And I always forget what we're doing. So when I'm at work or when I'm busy and I get a little stressed out, I just think to myself, we could be in a simulation, and even if we're not, we're still going nowhere. And chill out, dude. It's fine. So that's what I do. Anyway, everything I do is just like to grow and share and have fun, and I'm super pumped for that improv class. I think it'll be like cracking me up, and I feel like That's why I like comedy more, because when I laugh a lot, I feel the best. Nana said it best. Laughter is good medicine. I hope one day she's got to listen to this. I got to teach her how to listen to podcasts. I don't think she even knows what I'm doing here. But shout out to Nana. I think she's right. Because whenever you laugh a lot, you're in the best mood. It releases whatever the hell it releases. I don't know the scientific knowledge of it, but you know it feels good. So walk around barefoot in the grass and laugh. And that's an order from your captain. I could be the captain of this earth. By the way, I have a really good earth rap. Coming up with that soon. I could be the captain of this earth. No one will know it. You're going to love it. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. But point is, I like laughing a lot. And I think that's what I want to do the most. All this stuff is fun. Hype and stuff is fun. But I also want to make sure I have a good supplement of laughter. I need to do it more often, do it daily. And that's what's the best about hanging with your friends, because you laugh the most with them. At least I do, because they already get you. You don't have to introduce yourself. You don't have to freak them out and be like, what's this kid talking about? They already know. And you have all those little nuanced little looks and inside jokes. It's the best, bro. So we need to hang out more. And that's why I like doing this, because I feel like I'm hanging out with everybody. So I need you guys, my friends, to listen to this so we can hang out through our audio synapses. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to tell this and talk like this with my friends, but they're nowhere near here. But technology is bringing us close. It's closing the gap. Mind the gap, London. That's a joke I make about me not knowing much about geography, right? Mind the gap is that weird saying somewhere in the UK, I think. But doesn't matter, right? I honestly don't think my camera's recording, but I'm still looking at it as if it is. Hopefully this is a good audio experience for you. My boy Mac, me and my dog Mac, me and my homie Mac, me and my day one Mac, me and my day 2, day 3, day since day 1, and furthermore, why day 1? We're starting it from then. No one was day 1 when they were born with a friend. Day 1, I get it. It's like from the beginning, but how about this? Figure out the day you met of your life. Say I met him when I was 2, I think it was. Which could be completely fabricated by our parents, but because at 2 years old, you don't remember Jack H, which stands for Jack Heaps. Heaps of nothing. So, if we met when we're 2, 365 days a year, say halfway into the 2-year-old, so 365 times 2.5, math in my head, 900 days, right? Day 900. Imagine it's like working backwards, like the AD times or BC times. You're like working backwards. So the higher the no, that doesn't work. The lower the number. I guess it's just like regular years. Don't make it so complicated. So like day 900, he'd be my day 900 homie. So I'm going to text him that soon. He's my day 900. He's going to be like, what? I'll be like, dude, instead of day 1, day 900, that's literally the day we met. And everybody else, since you were my first friend or one of them, then they're later. So they don't know me as long, and we're not as friends for as long. But if you just do day one, lumping everybody into the same day when you're not even the right day, put some thought into it. That's what this is about. That's my rant about friends. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Do that with all my friends. Find the day we met. That's tough. I mean, I guess you could just do like a guesstimate. I love that word. Combines 2 words. Why don't we combine more words? Why are we sticking to guess, estimate? 2 completely different words. I mean, are they? Yeah, guesstimate. Whoever came up with that combination, I wonder if some kid messed up on purpose. Like, guesstimate, it's about 5 minutes from here. What did you say? And that's how it started. We got to think of more combo words. So we're talking combo words. We're talking day friends. Pick a day. We're talking books. We're talking geography. We're covering so many topics. That's what it's all about, right? Knowledge. I'm loving knowledge lately. I feel like the more I learn, the the more you can learn more. Like, it's weird. Like, you can just learn, and then you know more, and then you want to learn more about that, and you're just branching off until your brain spills out of your pores. That's what I'm going for. Brain pores. See, like, those type of things, I think, are what I want to make into digital art through Photoshop. Like, my head with, like, my skull open, brain showing, but my brain looks like the earth, too, or the universe. So the universe is in my head. You feel me? And if I can get good at Photoshop and make it, like, spill out of my friggin' eyes or something, not to freak you out, but that's what I would love to make art of, but I can't draw for my life. These computers, though, are changing the game, dude. Not that you don't know that. You know that already, dude. Since these computers have been changing the game since day 7043. That's when I was 10. Is it? Do the math. Figure it out. I'm drinking water, staying hydrated. It's also weird how we I'm in a groove now. See what happened? I had a little lapse there, and now I'm just zooming. Zoom, Monster 3. That's what I got. Hopefully it lasts longer, because I don't want a new car. I don't want no payments. I want to buy better mics. Not anymore. I have the best mic, but you get what I'm saying. I want equipment. I want a studio. I want paintings on my wall of brain spillage. What was I saying? Zoomage. Shoot. Sidetracked myself. Happens often. Knowledge. What was I saying? Zoom. Something zoom by. Something. Son of a gun. That's why this has to be live. Someone could comment, yo, you were talking about this. I'll be like, oh, thanks, dog. Where are you from? Oh, you're in Taiwan? Awesome. You get this live stream there, and we're talking and hanging out, and you're helping with my convo from Taiwan? Oh, thanks. Thanks, technology. Oh, we're talking about day 7000 with the computers, and yeah, that's when computers, I was lucky. My dad worked at IBM, so I got a computer early. It was one of those family computers, and me and my sister used to put this little monkey on there, and it used to repeat what you say, but it was a very robot voice. It was like, this is a robot voice, and this is what I... Chris D'Elia did the same thing. I feel just like him, but he did a robot voice, but I loved it, so I'm doing my own robot voice. Not because he did it, but just because it happened to come up in conversation. If I'm copying him, whatever, you still do it your own. The robot voice is back. Before Siri were really funny because they emphasized the wrong things, and I love them. And mine comes out a little Slovakian, but it's like, this computer is the best, and this is Steven Stephanie, and then when you come, this is now, and you could you could type as much as you want, and they'll repeat it like crazy. So our dog Dreyfus, we'd put 1,000,000 characters, so it'd be like, drive, and it make it blast that sucker loud, and the dog would be running around like crazy because he kind of knew his name, I guess. Maybe it was just really loud, and the dogs have sensitive hearing, I think. How do we know that? How do we know that they have sensitive hearing or loud hearing, whatever? But you get the point. And I love moving this mic closer to my mouth. I really feel like a pro. I'm loving this nook. I'm loving this studio. I'm loving this shirt. Advertised sponsor. And we're moving. And anyway, so those robots were really funny, and we used to do that. And we had, like, technology from early on. So I had that computer for a long time. Messaged my friends on AIM. My thing was like save whales. Something about saving whales was my username. I had like 10 usernames. That's why it's still now I can never decide. This podcast is called Never Ending Conversations. That's way too long. That's a mouthful of letters. Luckily, Twitter updated their character count. But they don't write how many characters now, so I don't know when I'm coming to the end. I tweet sometimes. The bird lives. What was I saying? So yeah, technology is good. And yeah, so put some thought into it. I was going to talk about my boy Mac. We were supposed to go on a trip soon. And shout out to my boy Mac. He's always been my day 900, dude. And so we were planning a trip. And we both have to work. And we want to take a crazy trip, but like somewhere crazy new. Like somewhere in Asia or like Europe or something. But that takes so long, so expensive. So I don't know. But I forget what I was going to say, but oh yeah, it's really fun when you travel with your friends because you have nothing. It's like, not that you have to give away your technology. I love capturing everything. So I'm on my phone, but I love to capture like the funny moments or just things we're doing because you forget, and like you forget like little places you went. So I love just taking pictures, Pictures are really great. And it's so fun when you're hanging out and you're not doing anything besides just hanging out and experiencing new things, because not only experiencing new things, but you can't do your normal routine, so you're just like in the flow. I think I'm figuring it out. I'm getting all, but what I'm saying is it's really fun because you're just like, when I went to Chicago with my friends, it's like we're just like going around. It was St. Patty's Day, and we're just like going around to different places, and we can't get any work done. I can't make a podcast. I can't make a video. All I can do is just like hang out, and we're going places, and we're waiting in lines, and it's fun. You have to talk, and you have to make jokes, and that's the best part. It was so much fun, and that was the whole point I wanted to go. It's like it didn't really matter where it was. It was just really fun to meet up with everybody, and I want to do that a lot more. And I think if you're in a rut, going all motivational on you, is this mic under my chin? If you're like feeling down, I really think even if you don't have friends, that sounds terrible, but like get a podcast, start talking, start asking people what they like, start talking with other people. There's so many people out there like me that talk to themselves and would love somebody to talk to. Anyway, so yeah, try going. I think experiencing new things is really great because it's so hard to explain till you experience something that changes the way you look at something. So that way, now you can only learn that from that experience. Yes, like if you fly to another country and see some monument, that's going to be like an experience that will like change the way you look at things because you literally you went somewhere and looked at something different. But that's not what I mean. It's like something will happen that you didn't expect, or and then you had to figure something out. You know what I mean? It's just you learn about yourself so much, and I feel like that's all I want to do is learn the most about myself, fill myself with knowledge, let it inflate, spew it out on this microphone, share it, laugh more, and we're going, and we're spinning, and we don't know why. And so that's it. And I saw this really cool, it was probably clickbait as usual, word of the day. It was like Belize is now not just for backpackers, which means they're getting more like luxury stuff, something like that. But the point is, that might be a good place to go now because it's usually more for like backpackers, so it's not like a high demand destination, but people are going. So what's it called? So it might be cheaper is the point. So anyway, I want to snag a trip that's really cheap, weird times, terrible season, and just go there. I would love to go there. But yeah, I have so many things going on now, and I feel like I'm working towards more freedom, and it's working. It's slow, but it's good. And I'm doing what I want, and it's fun, and I love everything I'm doing. And I want to keep doing it. And I want to also get other people to do what they like to do because it's so fun. It's selfish in a way because when I see somebody that's really good at something doing what they like and following their passion, it makes me want to do what I like to do. And it's like, you fuel me, help you, So that's what I like to do. And I just like to see people good at things that I'm not at because it's like crazy. Painting is one of them. It's crazy, or art, whatever you want to call it. Art's weird, right? When the people, did I talk about this already? When there's that show, I'm going to think about it because my memory is fucking elephantic, a.k.a. it's elephant-like, a.k.a. it's solid, and you'd never forget. They don't forget things, right? It's called Blurred Lines. Boom. Quick. Right in the archives, pulled it out, signed, sealed, delivered, into your mailbox, priority, Amazon Prime, to your doorstep with a drone. What was I saying? So, what was I saying? Blurred Lines. And so the art is like has value because people value it, not because they like what it is. They just like, oh, it was made by this person. Oh, is it this many people want it? It's so weird. I hope we get away from that. I hope we like figure out like people that actually like it and not like it because other people like it. Then that creates value. So like you like what you like, not like you like what other people say you like. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. Also, this is a big topic. Vincent's for you. My boy Vince, he wants to go into urban planning, and I think it's so cool. And we were talking about the other day that he wants to like reinvent. It's major, dude. Major news. Like major, what's the word? Major goals. and like trying to like reinvent the way cities are, because it's like it's in a really, this is me talking, this is not him. I think it's in a really cool spot that I was trying to tell him. I don't even know if I said this part, but it's like we've been making cities one way for a long time. I think he said this and it sparked my thought, and I was like, yeah, that's right. So I'm giving him credit. All the good stuff of this next little rant is from him. All the other thoughts, me. Cities have been built for a long time, just like history. History is the theme of this one, I guess. But like we've been made, like the concerts. I'll explain. We've been making cities for one way for a long time, making it efficient for businesses, more efficient for people to live in, things like that, roads and like intertwine and stuff like that. But now it's like so crowded, and we can start making them a different way because we kind of know what's better for us. We're not just trying to make the biggest building, the nicest building, and businesses. You know, we kind of like, I feel like we got to the end of that, and now we're still going down that route when there's a better way, a more efficient way. And we were talking about making it more like art centrified, and more like design oriented to make it more pleasing to live in, more pleasing to look at, instead of just like more efficient. So it's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see where the hell he's at in 10 years. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to be the photographer, and I'll make like 3D renderings. Oh my god, I just realized that'd be fun, working with clay and Legos. Just kidding, it'd be on the computer. But yeah, I think it's just so cool to think that he's got the same kind of passion the way I think of like things. He's got his own area of interest of like changing cities and building them up, and it's just so interesting, and it's so cool to see how his interests have aligned to something that he can change the world with. We're talking big time, encompassing. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought that was super cool, and I want to help, and I want to see how, I just think that everybody we know is like some kind of piece to the puzzle of building the world up. I've been talking for 52 minutes. That's a solid almost an hour, and we're still going. And what was else I was going to say? Building the cities. I love architecture and landscape too, and it's going to be so cool to see what he does, and I'd love to be a good photographer by then, and we could work together, and that's just going to be amazing. I feel like if we both do what we want to do and like are killing it, because we will, we're going to crush it, dude. Are we going to kill it or are we going to crush it? Does it matter? No. It's going to be so much fun. I feel like it'll be so cool, and that's it for that, and I don't know. And I'm also excited for the Hyperloop and all the transportation things, and the cities are going to be wild. Like, it's going to be so strange, and like what's going to be like right now, this apartment is tiny, but I have a whole podcast studio, video podcast with just my own equipment, couple $100, nothing that crazy, you know, and a nice light my mom got me for the holidays, and that's it. And I'm broadcasting, and that's it. It's crazy, and it's like going to be so weird to see what kind of broadcast there is in the future, as well as living situations, because we could have so much in your house now. Like, we have like all these streaming services, and like the Siri and Alexa's always listening and laughing at you and all those weird things that they do. And they're always listening, and that's weird. But yeah, what are you gonna do about it, right? It's gonna be weird, especially with video games, like the simulation stuff. We're gonna be simulating games. I want to get back in the games. I want to get to a point where I have so much free time and I can start playing games again, just to enjoy and blow my mind. I think the layoff I have though might crack my brain open, because I've stopped playing games at like 2K14, I think was the last time. What are we in now? 19? No, before that actually, 2K12, because 14 I didn't buy, someone else had. So I like stopped playing then, which is a long time ago. I've seen games, I haven't played a single one in a long time. And if I go back in like 5 years from now and I'm living in the game with a backpack that's my resources, and I'm walking through it like Boomers, but like laser tag, but real life, and simulated into a reality like Grand Theft Auto in real life, oh my god, that would be amazing. So yeah, I think I might be able to not handle it and crack and spill, and my portrait will come true. And that'll be crazy. Yo, GTA was the best when you could play multiplayer and you're like getting in each other's cars and you're just literally going around. You went around a whole city with weapons and cars and planes, and you just do whatever you want. How can you beat that game? So much fun. I can't even imagine how much fun it would be to like, it's like a dream. Not a dream as like a wish. A dream is like when you go in your dreams, you could do anything. Lucid dreaming, another topic. I think I talked about that already. But like, it's so fun in your dreams if you ever get to lucid dream, because you could just like say, yo, car appear, jump in, hop in, let's ride. And you're driving and you can make that car fly. And like Grand Theft Auto does that. But imagine if you make that game so realistic, you can like simulate everything so it feels real and you're doing it. So you're like in a studio, but like you can get in a car. It'll simulate. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. That'll be like too much fun. Are we gonna have too much fun in the future, or are we all gonna just freak out and the robots are gonna eat stuff, like eat? They're gonna like thrive us off everything. All right. I think I'll wrap it up. I really enjoyed our time, and there was a couple lapses. I thank you if you stuck through those, because there were some gems thereafter and there before. If you like this in any shape or form, rate it. Give it a little subscribe on iTunes. I want to see how many people I can get listening to this, because it'll be really great. And I promise you, more entertaining content all the time. YouTube, I got my videos. I'm behind like a couple videos, but I'm going to be posting regularly still, like meaning often. Shout out to all my people watching on there. Live streams on YouTube coming soon. I'm going to try to schedule it. And that's pretty much it. Stay tuned. If I go to Improv tomorrow, that'll be really exciting. I'll have a lot to talk about there. It should be a lot of fun. Super pumped about that. I cannot wait. I hope I get to go tomorrow. We'll see what I get to do. We'll see. Garrison, can I go tomorrow? He shook his head. He shrugged his shoulders. He was like, and it like a shrug, like, it's my birthday eve. And I was like, you're right. And so we'll see. But if not, hopefully the next week. And happy early Easter for those people celebrating holidays. That might be a tradition to look into to see if we're doing something for no reason. I just did a finger gun at the camera that I don't even know if it's a recording still. And that's it. Thanks for everybody for listening, watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy my content. I got a lot more content coming soon. I'm loving making these videos. I'm loving making these live streams. I love the live streams. The Q&As are great. I feel like it brings up a lot of great topics. It helps you guys. It helps everybody. And I hope you guys are having a great time doing whatever you like to do. And I hope you're constantly reminded that we're spinning, and you look up and you're like, the sky does look pretty cool. It is blue if you're in Florida. And it's wild that I can't see past it. And that's it. All right. I can go on forever, probably. But that's it. And thank you. And love you. See ya.